Alright, so this is my personal review on the new season so far. So, I think this new season is actually really good because basically the gameplay is just really fun, and I like how they have the IO base. It kind of reminds me, because in Chapter 2, Season 2, how they had those outposts, like Shadow Outposts and Ghost Outposts and all that. It reminds me of that, and it brings back good memories, but one of the biggest downsides about Corny Complex is like it's a hot drop for that one mythic, and I thought there was gonna be a vault there, but there isn't. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because they have those like really good IO chests everywhere in that location, which is still really good, but like if there's like tons of people in there, there's not gonna be enough loot for anybody in that scenario. And another good thing about the season, I love the real guns. People were saying it's too broken, it's too weak, it was all that. I think it's perfectly fine. It's meant to do that much damage to the UFOs. The only downside about it, in my opinion, is that it's so hard to find it if you don't go to an IO base. Because like, there's gonna be UFOs pretty much anywhere. But if you don't go to an IO base, you really can't find a like railgun at all. Unless you get lucky, which, that's how it is for any weapon. And what's another? I'm having so much fun playing solos this season. I have no clue why, but I've gotten I think 10 wins so far. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. But it's still like a really fun season. I'm really excited for the summer update that comes out tomorrow. I think the summer update comes out tomorrow. And there have been some really cool leaks that are really exciting and stuff. And in the trailer, Rick was holding some weird zero gravity gun. I'm really excited for that. And yeah, the biggest downside with UFOs though is how fast they fire those laser cannon things. Bro, they're so overpowered because they can destroy any build and pretty much practically any build in the way. And they can just spam them constantly. That's the only thing I nerve. That's the only thing I nerve about the UFO. And also they need to fix that bug that if you're carrying a rock or something and you accidentally hit it yourself, your UFO just immediately explodes. It's absolutely crazy. Because I was in the middle of a game and then I actually put a rock on top of my head somehow. I have no clue how. And the UFO instantly died and I died. And another really weird thing is when the UFO gets damaged, and you know how it regenerates its HP? If it falls on your head, it just sends you to space. And then you somehow don't die. It's so weird. It's just so bizarre. And one thing that season 6 is doing better than season 6 and season 5 and all that. It's kind of it's like chapter 2 season 4, but not Marvel. It's basically the official Fortnite version of this season. Because Rick is just a meme skin. Superman just a little DC. I doubt Superman's gonna be in the story at all. Because it's probably just another collab skin, just a secret skin. Kind of like Deadpool was. He wasn't in the story at all, practically. Unless you count I guess he kind of was, but And the Batman comics are so good so far. I'm not gonna say anything about the Batman comic, just in case you haven't read it at all. But the Batman comics are revealing so much about the story, and that's really good because we had no clue about the story at all in chapter 1, and it's awesome to see that we're actually getting some large story info in this chapter, because the only time they actually went into detail about the story was in those logs in season 10, the visitor log things, which was actually really cool. I like how they did that. And what's another thing? And supposedly the UFO was supposed to go back in the center of the island, and in the trailer it was glowing blue. Either the UFO is powering up or something, or the 0 point is inside the UFO. It's one or the other. Because in the Batman comics, it reveals a ton about the IO bases and all that. And the 0 point in it's in the Batman comic. Basically it got teleported. It's so weird. I have no clue. But this is just my short like theory, or not, I wouldn't call it a theory, but like I think that the 0 point isn't in the UFO based on some Batman comic stuff. And oh yeah, click off, like skip to if you after just click off the video if you don't want any spoilers of the Batman comic right now. But like, this is your last warning. Click off the video if you don't want Batman comic spoilers. Like, this is your last warning. Alright, now that they already left, the 0 point was like drilled out of the spire, and that's exactly why I think it's not in the UFO, because if the 0 point is in the IO base, how could the UFO have it at the same time? Because the Batman comics take place in the same time frame of Chapter 2, Season 6. And also, I think it was kind of obvious that Deathstroke was supposedly impossible, because literally, like, Deathstroke is like one of Batman's enemies, especially. It's like, why would he team up with Batman if like he like practically despises him? And also, in the first issue, Deathstroke literally kicked him into the rift. I have no clue how Deathstroke had that rift device that David Jones had. But yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, I rate this season so far a 9 out of 10. I have a ton of fun playing it. It's so much fun, and I can't wait for more creative stuff and things to come out. I'm really glad they're adding a Discover tab, but one thing they need to do for creative is add more player portals. There's only 4 portals. What happened to the usual 16? It's like it's like in the future it's gonna be like 2 portals, because like there used to be 8 portals, now there's 4, which I'm not sure why they keep shorting it down. But it probably has something to do with like how servers are or something. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be notified. I don't really care. But yeah, Discord is gonna be in the description. Check out the Discord. It's pretty active sometimes. I wouldn't call it like extremely active, but people are there to talk to, and it's pretty fun there. And that's enough like weird. That's enough self-promotion. And thanks, Sir Detergent, for making the thumbnail. I really appreciate you guys' help, and I really appreciate all the support we're getting recently. And I'm out of here.